This is 24 hours in Acadia National Park and on Mount Desert Island. I can't believe we finally got to venture up here. Griffin is from Maine and this was his first time up there. He truly was in awe and so was I, as it was really my first day up there and my best friend got to join. We spent a couple hours in Bar Harbor. Truly, this was a 24-hour journey of a lifetime. I'm so happy to bring you here. About 2 weeks ago, I got onto the Recreation.gov app and found a camp spot for us to camp at Blackwoods. So that's what we decided to do. We needed to charge these baddies because it would get dark. But I was so thankful to find a spot because it is really hard. The campsite's open like a month in advance, so always be looking. We brought everything we needed to sleep for the evening and a few nice extras just in case we wanted to throw a hammock up or a tent. We picked Megan and Stu up at the airport and drove up. It was such a Maine day. It's around 3 hours, depending on what traffic you hit, to get to Acadia.
Wait. Is that Banger? That's Banger.
You do have to cross a bridge over onto Mount Desert Island where Acadia is located. Super fun fact, there are over like 4 million people that come to Acadia each year. We were starved when we arrived, so we headed to Southwest Harbor where Megan and Stu were staying, and they took us to their favorite restaurant, Peter Trout. It was very homey and cute in there. It was great just to spend time with Megan and Stu.
What's the one I was singing earlier? The Lions.
It took around 30 minutes to get from Southwest Harbor to Blackwoods campground.
Oh my dear.
Beware, as there are a lot of wildlife here on the island. We just drove right in. There wasn't anyone there to check our reservation or anything, so we just drove right to the spot and decided to blow up the mattress and try and get some sleep.
I thought about it halfway up. I'm so sorry.
So
The light really came in handy when we needed it. This was our cute little setup for the evening, our nice bed.
I think it's pretty cute. Do you?
It did rain through the night, so that was another reason why we didn't set the tent up and we stayed in the car. But we also have a net to go over the window so that we do not suffocate ourselves, and a little fan for some noise. But the rain really helped us stay nice and ease for the evening. It was so surreal when we woke up in Acadia the next morning. We rise pretty early normally, but I had gotten a Cadillac Mountain pass to watch the sunrise or just go up there for the time at 6 in the morning. And it was a little early, but it honestly ended up working out perfectly. But that meant we had to get up and get camp packed up and find somewhere to get some coffee. We were likely the last ones in and the first ones to leave, but this gave us a great opportunity to look at all of the other camp spots that we may want to come back to.
We're in Acadia! Literally 5:45 in the morning. We slept in Blackwoods last night. We are going to go and find some coffee somewhere, and then we're going to Cadillac Mountain because we have a summit pass for 6 o'clock, and it's 5:43 right now. Thank goodness the sun is up. It rained last night, which made sleeping in the car really nice. I loved just listening to the rain. It was very peaceful. It did get a little hot. I was hot last night.
I cooled that down. After you said that, I cooled that.
Yeah. Overall, it was really easy setup for never having done it that way. I'd say got it up pretty easily. If it hadn't been raining, it would have been a lot easier. But nice to know we can do it in the rain now. So we're going to Irving, gonna get coffee, and we're gonna go to Cadillac Mountain and actually be in Acadia. Woo woo!
It was so beautiful to spend the day here and to get to see the sun hit different spots on the island at different times.
I was about to say, that's where I got your shirt. Yes, that's exactly where I got your shirt. I came and I walked down here and I did the whole thing.
We hadn't planned on it, but we ended up driving down Bar Harbor in the morning when no one was there. Well, the Scarnford was, but no one was there. I definitely recommend doing this because it was so beautiful. And not to say that when a bunch of people were there, it's not beautiful as well, but this was just like so seclusive. It was amazing. You do need to have a reservation to go up to Cadillac Mountain. Ours was at 6 o'clock in the morning. We did get a little nervous as we saw fog going up, but it did quickly go away. And it made us feel a little better because you can get like a 4 o'clock one to go when the sun rises, but we did not do that. We did the 6 o'clock one. It was pretty windy up there, surprisingly, and a little chilly. We bundled up, kind of like we did when we went to Mount Washington. But the geology here was gorgeous. Some that I had literally never seen. The rocks is like this rose granite quartz. I don't even know, but it was amazing and gorgeous, and you just gotta get here. You're cute. So yeah, right off. No, right down there is where we stayed.
Yeah. That's right. You can almost see the campground.
Yeah. That's epic. Right down there. Oh my God.
It's a bridge. That's what that is. It's a causeway.
Otter calling. There we go. I love it. Whoa. Oh, Mount Katahdin, no way. That's next on our list. Oh, there's Bar Island. That's where they got stuck out. Right there, you can see the jetty. It just disappeared. I won't lie, we stayed a little longer than we were supposed to, but no one was up there, so we didn't feel like we needed to give someone our spot. But we were pretty hungry after spending like an hour up there. We luckily had a friend recommend a nice little place in Bar Harbor. Being here in Maine, there were a lot of people who had a lot of great suggestions for us. But breakfast was at Two Cats Restaurant and Inn, so if you want to stay in Bar Harbor, you could stay here. The food was so delicious. I got the breakfast burrito. It was 10 out of 10. Griffin had some of their strawberry butter. So good. Delicious. Highly recommend. Now we're going to go to Sand Beach. Meet Megan and Stu. There is a parking lot down at Sand Beach. If you get there early enough, you can park there. We parked on the side of the road because it's important to know the parking is permitted in the right lane here, so you can really park anywhere, which we didn't realize at first until like the day went on, and then we were like, oh my God, you could literally park anywhere. But Sand Beach was gorgeous. We didn't end up bringing like our bathing suit. It was really cold, honestly. The water, up here in Maine is like 63 degrees tops. So it's chilly unless you're like hot and want to get in. That would be the only time I'd be getting in. But we thought maybe like taking the hike and then taking a dip would be good. But I think this beach gets really crowded as people go to it for their beach as they're staying here for the whole week. The Beehive Hike is just right up the road from the parking lot of Sand Beach, which is really nice. But there are also many different entrances into the hikes of Acadia, which I thought was really cool. You could start somewhere and then end up at Beehive, like Gorham Mountain Trail, and then start at like another one. I don't know. You just look at the map and you're like, wow, I actually can loop this whole thing, which is like the Park Loop Road is something that we just happened to do all day because we were coming in and out of the park, going in and out of Bar Harbor. So that made the trip a little more scenic and fun too. Like we were actually not just stuck somewhere. But this was the Beehive Hike. I highly recommend being a little more advanced in hiking because there were some spots, little scary. You're on the edge of a cliff, but it was so gorgeous. I just embrace this. 10 out of 10. Go and do this if you can. And if you are not that good, there is a trail up the back side. Definitely recommend doing that one, taking your children on that one. Definitely be cautious when you are hiking.
That's pretty cool. Look at this. So cool. It's crazy to be like this tall with the tree, you know?
How hard to take off the nose. There you go. Thank you very much. On 3, 1, 2, 3.
Oh wow, look. This little path. Go back. Photographer, how do you feel about this, Stu? You're like, the fuck she thinks she... Let's do it. Point two back. Oh, maybe. This is...
Toni?
How do you know?
Because that's that Dover Mountain right there. And you can look down to Sand Beach from there.
Wow, you already know this place like the back of your hand.
Because if you were to look, I bet if...
Blueberries. Wow.
I feel them.
Yes.
Like the pine trees. Like birches can't live without pine trees.
I got a book. I'm pretty sure it was down here.
See? Worth it.
You're on the edge and like let it go out. Oh my gosh.
Just a little.
Just a little. Should we hike back down?
Well,
Or is this, are there more?
Assuming it continues on,
Okay.
right? Like it might...
Oh. So we're on like that cliff that we were seeing people climb.
That's definitely...
Damn, this is cool. I think he could feel us like, we want this to be over. Not like we want this to be over with, but like trying to see it and go. It's like, oh no, we're fine. No, if you get stopped is when it's kind of like, yeah, you don't want to be like...
To break, when they have crazy crossbow wind to stick them way out in the channel, it almost blocks the big waves from like pushing in, and it'll get what's behind it, you know, coverage, and like...
After a couple hours of hiking around, we really needed to get some fuel, so we headed to Choco Latte Cafe in Bar Harbor. This would start our walk around Bar Harbor with the rest of the folks visiting. I definitely recommend going down there and getting a snack, as in Acadia, there aren't too many places to eat, as well as this is where you'll find all your beautiful souvenirs, even some surfboards. We couldn't believe these are like the same boards that Mason Ho uses, but it was all amazing. And the whole town just really is lit up and beautiful. It is. We walked all the way down to have the best seafood at Stewman's. It's like flatbreads.
There's just weird stuff like that.
It took 9 hours for it to go back down. Sorry. No. We finally found the Bar Harbor Barber Shop. Will you take a picture of me in front of it?
Yes.
We headed back into Acadia one final time to catch the sunset at Thunderhole because couldn't miss it.
Oh, Griff, look at that. It comes up this high. Yeah. Oh, are we gonna get this little swell right here? Or...
Where'd that come from?
I don't know. But it's funny how it doesn't really come in here.
Maybe it'll give us something.
Joe cannot believe that we went to Acadia and have been here. Definitely is our favorite place now on the map. I think we've talked about it since we've been back like every day, multiple times a day. So I definitely recommend going and seeing it for yourself because its beauty is truly awing.
Oh, lunch stolen. What a dick. Dude, don't let that happen.
Maybe they're friends.
No shot.
Maybe he's the good one. Maybe.
Make that right off the rock. Dude, that is fucked. Check it.
Dog fighting for the crab.
Yeah, I got it.
To finish it off, we finally did the Park Loop Road fully. We had been driving on it back and forth in and out of Bar Harbor, but we did a full loop past Jordan Pond and the causeway. It was just so beautiful. Just amazing. So excited that I could show you this. Can't thank you enough for being here, witnessing this with us. Thank you.
Goodness, I have that on video. Oh, shiver. Yeah, shitter.
Oh my.
What? 1:30.